Hello world, from whichever time zone you're catching me from, my name is MD90. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification to all so that you do not miss the uploads that come up. And the easiest way for you to navigate the channel is to head to the playlist. You'll find videos curated for you based on your interest. So if you're interested in the Kutika podcast, you'll find a playlist for that. For news and trends, there's a playlist for that. Exclusive with MD90, a bunch of playlists that are created based on your interest. So the easiest way to navigate the channel is head straight to the playlist and you'll find what you're here for. Consider becoming a member of the channel. Right next to the subscribe button is the join button. You click on the join button so that you can become a member of the channel. You support the team on the production and a number of things that we're doing here, and we appreciate that.
Well, the burial of the former head of state, Edgar Lungu, still lingers on. It's been almost done. We're going into 6 months. He has not been put to rest. Still, that legal battle continues in South Africa. And one person that has issued a recent statement is Hari Kalaba. As you may be aware, Hari Kalaba was Foreign Affairs Minister in 2026. In 2016, when Edgar Lungu just won those elections. And then it should have been like a year later on, he resigned. So he said, since then, first leader Hari Kalaba has vowed to take it upon himself to bury former President Edgar Lungu if the ongoing burial standoff continues into 2026, saying he will personally bring closure to the matter once he becomes head of state. Kalaba said Zambians, especially the Lungu family, has been subjected to unnecessary delays and emotional distress over Lungu's unsettled burial arrangements. He argued that Lungu had been mishandled both in life and in death by the United Party for National Development (UPND) government, describing the situation as an unimaginable humiliation and unbefitting of Zambia's culture. Appearing on Kenny T1 podcast, Kalaba insisted that if no resolution is reached before the general elections, he will take full responsibility. If Lungu won't be buried before elections, me myself, I will put this matter to rest when I win next year's elections. Or next year, when I win next year, he deserves honor for a seventh. He deserves honor for the 7 years he ruled this country. What has happened to him is culturally wrong, said Kalaba. So Ari Kalaba says he's going to bury Edgar Lungu when he becomes president next year in 2026 as citizen first president there. On the other hand, the conversation with regard to the Chawama seat, the seat that is occupied by Edgar Lungu's daughter, that's Tasila Lungu, is up for conversation again. It has come in the conversation. So one of the people that has weighed in is Movie TV, obviously, and obviously Laura Miti and a number of other people have also chipped in. But Movie TV asks the big question is, should the speaker declare the Chawama seat vacant? And then, obviously, that question, people chipped in. They said they are think pieces, as you expect them to do, as they entitled to Zambians. They gave their opinion of how they feel about the situation, whether Tasila Lungu's seat should be nullified and by-election scored in Chawama. But quite honestly, I don't see that happening. As you may be aware, Parliament is going to be dissolved. It should be in 2 months' time, or no, not 2 months. it should be like in 3 months' time, in March. March there about months is supposed. Parliament is supposed to be dissolved. So calling for a by-election and worse off with a situation that's going on around Tasila Lungu, I don't see that happening, quite honestly, unless otherwise. Because literally, whoever is going to be voted in as member of parliament is only going to be member of parliament for 3 months. Then another by-election is going. The major general elections coming up in 2026. Then they have to run again. I don't see that cost being effective. But Laura Miti poses the question. Says, when you think about it, Laura Miti's article here says, when you think about it, Tasila Lungu should probably come back to work until the date of President Lungu's burial is set. There is no workplace anywhere. There is no workplace where anyone could be away so long and be paid, unless, of course, they are unwell or even with illness half pay and then unpaid leave, the separation of medical grounds kicks in. If Miss Lungu, which is Mrs. now, she's married, if Miss Lungu feels she must be in South Africa until the impasse over her father's burial is over, maybe she should take unpaid leave if that facility exists with Parliament. So, and then there is no justifiable reason why taxpayers should continue to pay a salary for a member of Parliament who is waiting for a burial that does not even have a date. No human resource process can justify this, especially that Tasila is an adult daughter and not a widow. An adult daughter and not a widow. We are setting precedents in this case. We are setting precedents here. Is what Tasila is doing allowed going to be the standard of all members of parliament who have complicated personal situations? The fact that late father was president should not be accorded, should not accord the Chawama member of parliament special privilege. Surely, there is no point at which plain logic has to, surely there is a point at which plain logic has to come into play in this matter. So simply calling to say, hey, at this point, Tasila Lungu should either go on unpaid leave or something of that nature, half pay of some sort, because her insisting on staying in South Africa, while is getting all the benefits as a member of parliament for Chawama, who the people she hasn't been representing for the last not only 5 months, if I'm not mistaken, because even prior to her father's death, she was on maternity leave for a prolonged period of time. At some point, there was even a motion that was brought up in parliament to have a seat nullified. That's what compelled her to move from the United States to come back in the country. If you remember, with a newborn child, then just should have been like 2 months later on or less, her father died, and then she's been on whatever, if it's a leave or whatever she's on. So people are simply questioning, hey, should we continue paying for a stay in South Africa? She should go on half leave. Obviously, that news that's circulated on various platforms. The conversation continues. Police inertia on violent United Party for National Development cadres does not give citizens hope. And Kampiongo, former Home Affairs Minister Stephen Kampiongo says the police failure to act against violent UPND cadres does not give citizens hope and safety. Meanwhile, Kampiongo says the contrary to police assertion, load shedding has increased the crime in the country, commenting on the recent attack of Patriotic Front Secretariat and as well as given Bwinda. So Kampiongo simply says, hey, Zambians are not feeling safe. Those are the statistics of the voter registration. So according to the Electoral Commission of Zambia, says new voter registration statistics per province as of 11th November 2025. But as you can see, the idea to publicize the new tabulation. So it seems like these are new voters. So over 1 million people have registered to vote. This is separate from the ones that are already in the system from 2021. These are brand new. So we've got over 1 million voters registered. And as you can see, yesterday's statistics, when it was supposed to be closed, have not yet been published. So it's likely to be more than that by the end of this exercise. If you have not registered, make sure you do that. Exercise your right as a Zambian citizen. And obviously, that's the news Emmanuel Mwamba put up, and that's what's in the daily revelation, and that's what's in the news diggers. So the level of hatred is shocking. Why can't we be allowed to amend the constitution? That's in the news diggers. Daily Nation. They want regime change. Hakainde Hichilema declares that those who are plotting regime change must work hard. Accuses the Oasis Forum of working to create a political instability to force change of government. Says there is a clique of people who believe they owned the country's presidency, hence their hatred. He feels. News diggers, and then also carries that headline. That's the Real Times. That's the Money Daily, and then that's pretty much the news, ladies and gentlemen. Have a beautiful day.